Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ben Bakayoko, and I want to welcome you to another edition of The Resolution, the video series designed to help us build the resolve necessary to achieve our goals. Alright guys, so look, a few years ago, probably about 6 months into my marriage, I can tell you now with a smile that I was extremely dissatisfied with my life. Not because I was married, but because my life wasn't where I wanted it to be. I had just graduated from college, but I didn't have the job that I wanted. I was underemployed. I had recently gotten married, and I felt as though I couldn't provide for my wife the way I wanted to. In fact, she was about 3 months pregnant, and I was afraid I wouldn't be able to provide for my daughter either. So, to dramatically change or improve the quality of my life, guess what I decided to do? I decided to take a trip to the University of Penn bookstore and buy a book called The Power of Habit. Why would I do that? I did it because I had some bad habits that I had to overcome. I had a habit of worrying, a habit of procrastinating, and a habit of not following through on commitments to myself. So when I get home from the bookstore, I'm extremely excited. I got the book in my hand. I can't wait to open it up and read it. But when I get home, my wife, she's there waiting. She sees the book, we talk about the book, and then she asks me a very simple but profound question. She said, Ben, do you think reading that book is going to change anything? At that time, my wife, she probably thought nothing of that question. But for me, in that moment, it felt as though time itself had stopped. But my mind, it kept racing. I must have thought 1,000 thoughts that moment because deep down, I really did not believe in reading. In my heart, I didn't believe reading that book would change or improve the quality of my life. I went to the bookstore and bought that book on faith and nothing else. I just knew that I was completely dissatisfied with my life, and I knew if I kept doing what I was doing, nothing would change. So I decided to do or try something different. So when I came to my senses, I told my wife, look, I don't know if reading that book is going to change anything, but I hope it does. A few weeks go by, I finished reading the book, and guess what? Nothing changed. I was still worrying, I was still procrastinating, and I was still selling myself short. But luckily for me, I came across the Jim Rohn video on Resolve. And in the video, he's telling the speech about how he was talking to a group of middle school kids and he asked them to define resolve. He said some of the kids couldn't do it, some of them tried to do it, but this one little girl about 3 rows back, she raised her hand and said, Mr. Rohn, I think I know what resolve means. Jim's called on her and she said, I think resolve means promising yourself you will never give up. The little girl was right, and Jim Rohn said that was the best definition of resolve he's ever heard. So he asked the kids another question. He asked the kids, how long should we give the average baby before we tell them to quit and give up on walking? Like, how long should we tell the average baby before we tell them, stop, don't try, you're done, you can't walk, you won't learn? He said, there is no time frame. Any mother in the world would say, my baby is going to keep trying until they learn how to walk. Let me repeat that. He said, there is no time frame. He said, any mother in the world is going to say, my baby is going to keep trying until they learn how to walk. I got the message and I understood. I only walk now, or I can walk now, because I didn't stop trying until I learned how to walk. After listening to that video, I realized reading 1, 2, 3, 4, or even 5 books wasn't going to change or improve the quality of my life. What I had to do was make a promise or a commitment to myself that I would keep reading until my life changed, until I stopped procrastinating, until I overcame fear, worry, doubt, and my self-esteem problems. I had to keep reading until I started to believe in myself and my ability to learn, grow, and make my dreams come true. Today, about 2 years and about 30 books later, I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that promising ourselves that we'll keep learning, keep growing, and keep changing until we become more skilled, talented, and educated is one of the best decisions we can ever make. Now, I know making that decision may be tough, and may be difficult, and it may be uncomfortable, but I can tell you now that it is worth the cost. Bob Proctor said when it comes to building a new habit, we only have to until we want to, then we don't have to no more. I repeat, he said when it comes to building a new habit, we only have to until we want to, then we don't have to no more. Through experience, I found that to be true. In the beginning, I didn't like reading. I had to force myself to read. Today, I like reading and I can't wait to read. So today, if you haven't done so already, I challenge you to make a commitment to reading until you enjoy it. Thanks again for listening, guys. And remember, dreams do come true. But number 1, we must dream it. Number 2, we must believe it. Number 3, we gotta grind every single day until we achieve it. Thanks again, guys. Peace.